Hey, question. Does media transcend the culture it's created in? Don't click off. We're going to answer that in this video. TV shows, films, you watch them, you enjoy them, you talk about them with others, whether it be Star Wars, Tiger King, Squid Game, Pokemon. We're currently at a point in time I call the global media revolution. It's pretty hectic. In this video, we're going to unpack this term and look at how media has come a long way globally in the last decade or so, using some examples from Marvel Studios, whose films I absolutely love, and Studio Ghibli, who has made a massive impact on film globally. We'll also be taking a look at streaming services like Netflix and Disney Plus and understanding how they have had an impact on the global media revolution. It's just really fun to say. Anyway, let's get started. Marvel Studios makes films about superheroes. These films are for the most part based on the Marvel comics, but have often deviated for the sake of fitting the screen format better. Audiences from all different backgrounds and cultures have grown to love these films, with everyone coming together to be part of the Marvel community, or fan base, as it's more commonly known. They have introduced a new mode of filmmaking, one in which the franchise, the existing model of multi-installment narrative, has become subsumed into a larger conglomerate storytelling entity, the shared universe. In many ways, they have revolutionized the meaning of cinema and film, and brought people together while doing so. It has only been in the last few years that Marvel's films have become more diverse, with Black Panther and Shang-Chi allowing for greater cultural representation. Endgame bringing many of these heroes together to become the second highest grossing film of all time, below Avatar. How the hell did that get there? Studio Ghibli is a Japanese animation studio founded in 1985 and is famous for many films like Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, and Howl's Moving Castle. They have been coined by many as the Japanese Disney. But not everything needs to be compared to Disney. Part of the joy in watching Studio Ghibli films is their Japaneseness, even in films set ostensibly in a European context. Despite the influence of the West on Japanese culture, Japan is a society that has managed to retain its customs, practices, food, clothing, and etiquette even in the face of world corporate hegemony. They never caved in with their films. Sure, they gained a cult following in the Western world, but they never lost what made them special and culturally unique. As a result, Studio Ghibli's films have opened audiences up to Japanese culture while also transcending it through their audience and creating a legacy that will last for years to come. The biggest elephant in any room I've ever been in: streaming services. Before streaming services, we had TV. We still have TV. But who cares, no one watches it anymore. TV was also for the most part localized, focusing mainly on nationally broadcasted content with the occasional international and mostly American programming. In the 2000s, as DVDs overtook VHS in popularity, viewers became increasingly inclined to purchase DVD sets of television seasons and series. Streaming services have taken our hunger for selective viewing on a global scale. Netflix, for example, contains film and media from all over the world. We are no longer limited to the content we choose to consume. Just look at Squid Game, for example, a South Korean Netflix series that over 111 million households watched globally. Disney Plus also contains a multitude of content, but I'm pretty sure all of it is owned by Disney. Make of that what you will. So, in answer to the question, does media transcend the culture it's created in? Yes, it can and quite often does. However, in order for it to do this, it first has to reach other cultures. And over the years, streaming services have provided a major role in making that happen by making content more accessible to wider audiences globally. American philosopher Noel Carroll writes that, in truth, my own suspicion is that as time and technology advance, TV and film will continue to converge. As well as reaching larger audiences, streaming services also encourage film studios to make media that often appeals to more diverse audiences. Marvel Studios being one of the many major film studios to take this approach. In the case of Studio Ghibli, They are an example of how media can still reach other audiences and cultures without having to change or compromise all that much of what made their films special in the first place. And as great as the global media revolution is, though, it does have its flaws. With major studios like Disney dominating the media industry currently and really just changing the way that film is perceived in culture. But what do you guys think? Is media continuing to expand globally, or are we still so spoiled for choice that we keep just falling back on the familiar? Let's continue this discussion in the comments. Thanks for watching.